Good morning. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. I live in a small town called Warner, New Hampshire, and I love to make cards, I love to share cards, and I really like to help other people make cards. So I go live a couple of times a week to show you some new products, some new techniques, some different layouts, anything I can think of, and I hope you enjoy it. I really love it when people leave me comments, or if you catch me live and you interact with me, I'll ask you questions and color preferences, and that makes doing these a lot of fun for me. This one's at an odd time. I'm jumping on Thursday morning because I won't be around tonight to do a video, and I like to do it a couple times a week. So here I am. We're going to play with some in colors today, and we're going to make two cards with the in colors, and then I'll show you the other three in colors that go with it. Those cards are already done. Okay, so I'm going to switch my camera over to my hands and we're going to get started. So I have two card bases that are 4¼ by 11, and I've scored them at 5½. And when I make a card that's going landscape, I prefer to cut it this way rather than doing something like this, because sometimes that just kind of splats right out. So when I remember, I cut my card base this way. Sometimes I'm lazy and use a card base I already have cut that's going the other way. And I got something sticky in here. There we go. Okay, so I have two card bases, and we'll start with some Timid Tiger. So I have a piece of Timid Tiger cardstock. It's an orange color. It's different than Pumpkin Pie and Calypso Coral. Here's Pumpkin Pie. So Pumpkin Pie is kind of yellowier, and here's Calypso Coral. So it's different. And then I have a piece of Timid Tiger patterned paper, and Stampin' Up! Didn't let us buy the in color DSP ahead of time, so I've ordered mine, but it's not here yet. So this is from the celebratory Sips or the Cheers and Sips pack of paper. It's the back side. So I cut my cardstock 3¼ by 5½, and then this piece is 3 by 5½. Whoops. Come on, glue. There we go. I know there's glue in this one. Let's see. Maybe I'm a little clogged up. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to mat this piece of patterned paper on to some cardstock. And I'm keeping these cards pretty simple because I just really want to show off the in colors. Now on my card base, which is the thick basic white, I'm going to use one of the stamps from Blooming Phrases. And I used Just Because on some. I'm going to use Hello There on this one. And I'm going to stamp it in Timid Tiger ink. And I'm going to do that first because otherwise I'm afraid I might not leave the right amount of room for this. Let me go up a little bit so you can see it better. Okay. So there's Hello There. And I love the little swoop. And this one actually has flowers you can put on the end of the swoop, or leaves, or little flowers. Let me put some little flowers on this one. I didn't do it on the others, but we can have this one be a little bit different. I'm going to use Timid Tiger ink again. And I'm just going to turn it this way so I can see my line. and make these flowers kind of span that line. So isn't that cute? The way you can put flowers on the end of that, it doubles as a stem. So now I'm going to put this. Oh, I must have some sticky stuff on my mat. Note to self, must wash mat. Windex works great on this glass mat. Sometimes I also use the Stamp and Mist that you would use in the scrubby cleaner, and that cleans it off pretty well. Oh, and I wanted to talk about cloud cover ink while I'm doing this. Cloud cover ink is not available in the full size ink pad to customers. Demonstrators can get it if they want, but they're not guaranteeing the color of it. The color seems to be reacting with the foam pad and not staying true to what they want it to look like. It kind of fades after you stamp with it. And I guess over time, the stamp pad changes color a little bit. So they're discontinuing that, but you can order the refill and the little ink spots, and those are felt pads. I dropped my dimensionals, 1 second. Those are felt pads, and so they're not reacting with the color. So I have ordered some more spots and the re-inker, and that's what I'll do. I'll ink up a spot or two to have with the color on it, and that will be much better. You can get the paper, you can get the marker, you can get the blends, you can get everything else, just not the full size ink pad, not one like this. All right, so then I used another new stamp set. I'm loving this pretty florals. You can stamp the flowers with it and cut out these flowers. I did another one the other day. Oh, I can't find it right this second. But I cut out other flowers. I cut out these flowers in Blackberry Bliss. They were very pretty. And now for this card, I'm using this, which is a die that you don't have to stamp first. You just die cut some paper. So I die cut one out of Darling Duck, and I thought I would use a contrasting color rather than the same color. You could go monochromatic, and that would look nice, but I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And after I dropped those dimensionals, now, oh, here they are. I was going to say, now I can't find them. So let me put some dimensionals on this. Please say hello if you're watching. I love to know who I'm talking to. There we go. So, and I would also add some in color bling, and I bought in color bling, and I used it on a couple of cards, and it's lost. It's lost in this studio someplace. I cannot find it anywhere. So I ordered a couple more packs of it. And that will be coming soon. I couldn't order any more until the catalog went live because they limit us on how many we can have. And what a pain in the neck that was. All right, so that's our Timid Tiger card. Isn't that pretty? With a little darling duckling. And now I'm going to use the Darling Duckling ink. I'm just checking that I have that name right because I've called it some other things. Hi, Karen. Thanks for watching this morning. This is not my usual time. I just jumped on. So now I'm going to do the hello there in the Darling Duckling. I was calling it Daffy Duck, Darling Duck, Daisy Duck. There's so many things that are kind of like it. And I have a piece of the Darling Duckling cardstock, and then a piece of Darling Duckling paper. This has a small checked pattern on it. It's really cute. And this one is from, oh, I gotta look, the Oh, there's Floral Impressions and there's Floral a Bloom. It is from the Floral Impressions paper. Isn't that pretty on that side too? It's really pretty. There's a lot of beautiful papers, and I love that Stampin' Up! Carried over a lot of papers also. Sometimes I try to clean my glue tip out. I use a little, whoops, a little push pin to do that. Now I might get a great big glob out. Well, maybe there's less in here than I thought. It sure feels like there's some stuff in here. I loosened the other cap. See if, well, you don't want to watch me shaking glue. So I will crack out a brand new one. All right, so I'll warn you with a brand new one. Keep your tip close to the paper so you can just get a little line coming out. There you go. And now this just has a little border, top and bottom. The two pieces of paper are the same width, but the cardstock is 1/4 of an inch bigger. All right, and now we'll glue this on. And I use my grid lines all the time. If I have grid paper down or if I'm on this glass mat, the grid lines help so much for getting things nice and straight. Whoops, which I'm not. Okay. Now let's add another little flower. Let's try. I haven't used these other flowers yet. Let's see, what would this one looks like? A teeny tiny cone flower. It's not quite going to fit. How about this one? That will be pretty. I'll show you this little one. Let me just clean this stamp off. So this is a little, there's a scrap of fresh freesia. Whoops, let's do that again. A little flower like that. Maybe zinnia? I don't know what you would call that, but it's cute. So I'm going to put that here at a little bit of an angle because I don't quite have enough room. Well, that was a nice idea, but that one is not going to work. Okay, there's a couple more options. There's lots of options in here. Here are 3. Where'd my piece of scrap paper go? 3 little flowers. I think I can make those fit. There we go. So now we have 3 little flowers right there. Perfect. And we'll add our timid tiger flower to that. I like a little bit of contrast in there. So like I said, these are simple. I want to show off the in colors. So Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger. This is Cloud Cover with some Secret Sea, and it almost has a blue look here. When you put it against Night of Navy, it doesn't look blue. It's a different kind of color. This is Strawberry Slush with the Secret Sea background. I love the Secret Sea. It makes a great matting color. And here's a piece. This is from the Celebratory Sips also. A piece of Secret Sea. It's got a little pattern on it with Strawberry Slush again. So I'd love to know if you have a favorite in color already. I don't think I do. I like them all. I think the one I'll reach for the most is the Secret Sea because it's a nice alternative to basic black for matting, or the Memento Um, but they're all really, really pretty. Thank you, Karen. So I'll add some gems if I can ever find those, or when my new ones arrive. They should be here soon. But thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you'll play with some of these new in colors and share some cards with those too. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here maybe on Sunday. Sunday's Mother's Day. I don't know, might be Monday night. Okay, take care. Bye bye.